Alright geezers, Big Man Earth Apologist back with the thrilling third part of my two-part special, The End of the Internet. Quitty, I haven't posted in a few days, we've been over it, I get Final Destination style flash forwards. Oh my god, I haven't posted, I need to post, my view piglets are starving, they're leaving me, they're going to abandon me, dear viewer. Fair enough, if Mr. Beast was exposed for being a child rapist, that would be truth-worthy. I don't know who this person is, and apparently they were grooming some 10-year-old little sprog. Again, take legal action. Take legal action. This is useless without some sort of legal proceeding. Is this person going to be charged? Probably not. So, great. I will release this video and promptly forget who this Buttonoy Romaine Basta is. I don't know what that means. Is that two people? Is that one person? It'd be a sex crime of its own. I mean, fucking hell. Does no one know how to read? The screenshot's in Chinese, I believe. So maybe that... I don't know. If this is Chinese, Slop, why is it on my feed? Why is it on my good Anglo-Saxon YouTube feed? Why am I talking about it? In other truths... Jake Paul threatens to sue anyone that calls his little fake boxing event staged. So, Mr. Paul, Big Man Earth Apologist, 25 subscribers, you may have heard of me. If you would like to take legal action against me, you can send any sort of legal queries to the usual address, my Snow White behind. Yeah, I'll say it. If no one else is going to say it, as if they haven't been, I will say it. Jake Paul's little YouTube boxing events are staged, okay?
Big man.
I mean, the Mike Tyson thing, give me a break. Do we really need to relitigate that? Fucking hell. And ultimately, it shouldn't matter if they're fake. Most sporting events are to some degree fake. They are to some degree fabricated. So, you know, it's all smoke and mirrors. All of this nonsense is smoke and mirrors. If you actually believe England relentlessly lose on penalties, you're buying the hype, man.
Alright, that's hilarious. I was just having a bag of Pom Bears. He's going to town on that little bear arm.
We've never lost on penalties. It is in fact staged. In other truths, 7 grand's worth of Labubu dolls stolen from Los Angeles store shop, authorities say. We've been speaking about Labubus a lot on this channel recently, and I don't quite know why. These are like the new fad. They're basically temu troll dolls. They're like China's answer to Beanie Babies. White 20-something women on TikTok are going fucking ecstatic for these things. I've spoken to a few people trying to like tap into the zeitgeist, trying to understand why these little, I mean, hideous little monsters, these little gremlins, are flying off shelves worldwide. Apparently they're cute. Apparently people find these things cute. And what are you doing on the chest of drawers? Honestly, if he's not fucking blankets, he hasn't done that in a while. I think the cat denims are working. The poor bastard can't get them off. If anyone would like to help me in the query, I am looking for a chastity cage for one cat. He cannot do this. He cannot continue to be a little fucking sex pervert in my house. Alright, I've got to draw the line in the sand somewhere. I've got to pour a line in the sand somewhere. And I'm drawing it here. Okay, I'm pouring it here. So if anyone knows of a morally grey way of me obtaining a cat chastity cage, please do comment below. But no, 7 grand's worth of these little Labubu troglodytes. I mean, they'll probably be sold for the high price of about £27. That's the problem with fads, dear viewer. You know, once the fad dies out, I mean, what are you left with? You're left with a bunch of plastic junk and a hole in the ozone. Congratulations. I mean, really, how much do fidget spinners go for these days? My point exactly. In other troves, young people turn on Trump. Thanks for the update. Didn't really need to know that. In other troves...
You're not gay, it's a demon that's inside of you. You ain't born that way, don't let it try to lie to you. I rebuke demons up by faith, hope you find the
child owns the homos in one of the gayest videos I've ever seen. Now, this video was, of course, written by his father, featuring in this music video. I've never seen a 12-year-old organically use the term dandy before. I mean, fucking hell. He also makes a deep cut vintage reference to AIDS, HIV. So yeah, without a doubt, his father very much grooming his child into having these beliefs. Essentially using his kid as a ventriloquist fucking dummy. Yeah, no, it's fine when the right wing do it. Remember that, dear viewer. The right wing can, exploit their children to propagate their ridiculous, silly, backwards views. But the second a drag queen starts reading a story in a library, fuck me, it's the end of days. It's the last days of Rome, dear viewer. The Visigoths are here. Just be honest, alright? That's all I ever ask from anyone. Be honest about your views, why you hold them, where you stand. Alright? Stop dressing it up as something it's not. Alright? You're not a defender. He is fucking the blanket. Little bastard. On my bed. Oh! On my bed, young man. Completely lost my train of thought. No, just, stop wrapping it up as you on some sort of moral crusade to defend women, defend children, uphold Christian values. If you gave a fuck about any of those things, if you cared about women, children, Christian values, you wouldn't have backed Trump in 2015, and you wouldn't be backing him a decade later. Be honest. Gay people make you uncomfortable. You feel, I don't know, some type of way around them. Maybe you're confused. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it shakes the very fragile foundations of your masculinity. I do not know. That is for you to question, for you to find the answer to. But be honest. Yeah, I'd much rather you just come out and say, a magic invisible man who lives on a cloud and invented everything tells me to hate them, thus I hate them, than this quasi-righteous bullshit. We need to protect the children. You start. Believe me, you start. Because if this isn't exploiting a young infantine child, I don't know what is. It's just, there's a crude irony to it. You know what I mean? The very same people who go on fucking endlessly about the evil gosh darn transgenderers coming to eat your children in the night. Those people are the same people that decorate their pickup trucks in bumper stickers brandishing the name of a fucking child rapist. 4 more years, come on Donny, 2028, rape those kids. Just be honest, it was never about the kids, it was never about protecting women's sport. Because the same people 5-10 years ago were taking the piss out of women's sport. They don't care about women or children or Christian values, because Lord knows these people are the furthest thing from big man Jesus Christ. I don't care if you have the most morally abhorrent views ever. Just be honest about it. You hate trans people, you want gay people to stop existing or at least be pushed underground. Fine. Be honest about it though. Don't wrap it up as some sort of moral crusade. Vermin. I don't know where that came from. In other truths, Mr. Beast is very angry that people are once again calling him a white saviour. People desperate for ad revenue have falsely claimed that the 100 wells I built for people in need don't work anymore. With zero proof! So I sent someone to every single well. to get video proof of them all, still working over a year later. Checkmate liars. And no doubt he's capitalising on his capitalisation of philanthropy. Good for him, I guess. I mean, Mr. Beast is a late stage capitalist. What more do you want, you know? At least he's, I don't know, in some direct way helping people. Again, I am very cynical, but I'm not cynical to the point where I would argue a good deed done in charity isn't a good deed done in charity. Is Mr. Beast doing this to elevate himself? Of course he is. Of course he is. But if he's going to elevate himself because of his own neurotic narcissism, his communal narcissism, at least other people are being helped in his narcissism. Who's being helped in mine, dear viewer? You know what I mean? Who's being helped with my narcissism? No one. Not even me. I'm not even benefiting from my NPD maxed way of existence. Oh, fuck me. In other truths, sick. This is sick. This is really upsetting. Someone is, this must be AI, I don't know. Someone is reanimating the corpse of Chris Bores and posting these, I mean, really vile videos, pretending he's still alive. Now, if you remember previously, I did cover it. Chris Bores, sadly, tragically, rest in power, Chris Bores at the Irate Gamer, he took his life. You know, it was a solemn day, and you know, I've been processing it. Obviously, I've been speaking to his family, and you know, I'm still at a loss for words. And then I see this, you know, I see these videos of quote unquote Chris Bores posting on the quote unquote internet. It makes my fucking blood boil, dear viewer. Nothing is sacred anymore. So please, if you see videos of Chris Bores supposedly being online, being alive on the internet, please don't engage with it. It's fake. It's AI. It's all of this black magic fuckery. You know, I don't want to get too conspiratorial here. I think they're doing it to get to me. They're doing it to upset me because they know me and Chris Bores, we were originally meant to duke it out in Creator Clash 3. Creator Clash was then cancelled. It was very much the final blow to Chris Bores. You know, he had been dealt so many losing hands over the last 10, 15 years, and it was the straw that broke the camel's back. You know, so this is clearly some sick, demented attempt to get under my skin. Of course, big man Earth apologist, the diamond geezer, nothing scratches me but myself. So it's not going to work, okay? It's not going to work. It's not getting to me. I just think it's really unfortunate that someone, some absolute Fruit Loop, would post as Chris Bores when, I mean, I can show you the death certificate. I've got printouts. Chris Bores took his own life a few weeks back. It was too much for him. And I predicted it would happen. And, you know, to some degree, there is a sense of regret. You know, I knew something was going to happen and I didn't do more, and I could have. And a part of me will always hate myself for that. But yeah, no, that's more of a PSA, you know what I mean. In other truths, God. War of the World, starring Ice Cube, debuts at 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. This is a few days out of date now. I believe it's now at 4 or 5%. The film's tagline, "It's worse than you think," sums up the entire movie. And there's this iconic scene in the film, because I did actually see it in theatres, where Ice Cube, one of the characters in the film, he says it's War of the Worlds. And I'm telling you this, dear viewer, that has to be one of the scenes in this film. It really is. I mean, it's cinema. Objectively, it is a film. And what are we? Some kind... What are we, some kind of Suicide Squad? And everyone fucking cheered in the theatre. It was a momentous occasion, dear viewer. 2016. Oh, do you remember 2016? In other truths, Luigi Mangy won. Granted laptop in jail to prepare for United Healthcare. One word. CEO murder trial exclusive. I haven't been keeping up to date with Luigi, I'll be honest. He killed some CEO. People online found him physically attractive, and that's basically the too long didn't watch of it, because we've already been over it, dear viewer. Not to echo, incel ideology, but there is some truth too. If you are handsome, you do get to, get away with more. I think that's true. I think that's true for men and for women. If you are, objectively attractive, the ceiling is a lot higher. You can get away with a lot more. And the same could be said for talented people. You know what I mean? Let's face it, if John Lennon wasn't in the Beatles, he probably would be known primarily as the wife beater. But since he was in the Beatles, we're allowed to love him. Oh, love that guy. Imagine there's no wife beaters. Oh, I love that song. It's kosher. There's a weird flip-flop mentality to it. If I like this person, they can be a scumbag and I'll allow it. There's like a permission structure there where, the more talented or handsome you are, the bigger a scumbag you get to be. Which begs the question, dear viewer, what is my excuse? In other truths, no more Down syndrome kids will be born. Japan scientists delete chromosome linked to the disorder. Grilled cheese market gonna crash. Yeah, I was going to do a video on this as well. Frankly, I've just been tired. I've been tired and bored all the time, so I didn't. Yeah, I'm against it, obviously. I think any kind of fiddling with eugenics is a very slippery slope. I think the disabled should be treated with humanity and dignity and decency, and they should be empowered to fulfill their potential. Not spoken down to like children. They're not children. They are human beings with agency and autonomy. But, they have hurdles in society that maybe they need a helping hand with, and I think we should give them that helping hand. I don't think we should retcon disabled people, though. Transhumanism fundamentally, no matter where it starts, it always ends at Nazi eugenics. I'm sorry you had to hear it from me. It always ends up with this Ubermenchian, Nietzschean philosophy of survival of the fittest. I'm not on board with that, because ultimately we end up with the fascism of perfection, where anyone with a slight defect is put through a wood chipper, and it will get to you, dear viewer. Mark my fucking words and best believe it will end up at you eventually, because they start with brown people, with the disabled, with gypsies. Well, a broken clock. But eventually it becomes people with freckles, people with a limp, people that aren't 6 foot, people with red hair, dear viewer. They will come for me and my people, and I cannot let that happen. Okay? So no, I'm against this. I'm against the idea of fucking around with, it's soft eugenics. That's what it is. So I'm not on board with that. They've been experimenting on rats, I believe. That's how they came to this breakthrough. They're fucking around with rats. I've never seen a rodent with Down syndrome, so I'm not sure how, but I don't know. They were doing some funky science bullshit. It's always the way with the Japanese, isn't it? Honestly. In other truths, is that it? Are we done? Yeah, closing. 9% of Americans polled have a positive view on the Black Plague. I think that's interesting. I I think that is something, isn't it? Comment below. What do you think about that? And yeah, closing. We are a few days away now from the internet ending. So yeah, YouTube are rolling out their I don't know, age verification thing. It's not really a verification, it's an estimation. You know, the AI will estimate your age based on your online activity. If it deems you are underage, it will content block you. You won't be able to view or interact with certain parts of the website, certain parts of, you know, certain content, and you will then have to verify your age via ID. I'm against this, of course. I've already been over this, dear viewer. And that's it, really. Those are the truths. I've done 23 minutes. I can fuck off now. And I am going to fuck off now because, frankly, I'm sick of hearing me speak. And if I'm sick of me, well, you know the rest. Other catchphrases coming. I love you. God bless yourself. I'm sorry you had to hear it from me, and I'm sorry I haven't been in the best of moods. You know, it's just, I don't know. I just feel a little bit aimless. You know what I mean?
Temu troll doll.
But it's the summer. You know, I've got HAPPY. No doubt when autumn, because that is what it's called, autumn rolls around, I will fall back into the swing of things. Yeah? Do you like that? I will fall back into the spring of things. All the leaves just fall away, and it's cold and it's miserable, and I'm happy. At last, I'm happy. I'm going to fuck off now. I did promise that, and I'm a man of my word. Don't quote me on that. I love you. God bless yourself. I love you. God bless yourself. And I'm sorry. And I'm you had to hear it from me. You had to hear it from me. I am your court jester. Are you not entertained? Do you like that? Do you like how I feel warm in your ear, pressed against your ear, my breath, my warm, warm breath, sending tingles through your skin, through your soul? Or do you like that? Mr. Beast, what's he about?